welcome to the city of Southgate, everyone here today. I want first to introduce my colleague who's on the council, Councilwoman Maria Davila. She's my colleague on the council. Welcome her. And we also have some distinguished neighbors from Maywood, Eddie De La Riva, council member, and Rick Lara from the city of Maywood. Welcome them, please. This is so exciting, huh? How exciting to be here today, right? The state, the governor's office, the speaker's office, State Senator Lena Gonzalez had made a commitment to the Californians, to the young Californians, and today we get word that there's an investment, a financial investment, to help our young people with workforce, to get them employed, to give them opportunities. When we take a little time to invest in our young people, it's investing in the future, and it's so important to invest in the future because if they would appreciate it later on when they're leaders, right? Give it up. We had an opportunity to meet so many young people today, and all the good things that they're doing. All we have to do is invest a little, cultivate them a little, and they'll find their way and make a difference in our society. And this meaningful job opportunity is going to change the lives of many. It's going to encourage our community to work on climate change and improving our environment. And so I'm so excited to be here today. And so I just wanted to thank everybody that was involved in this effort at the state level. And then I'm going to introduce a mayor from Stockton who did do something similar up there in Stockton, and he's here now as a designee, and I think he's running a program. So Mayor Tubbs, he's the special advisor to the governor for economic mobility and opportunity. Give him a warm welcome, will you?
Good afternoon, and thank you, Mayor, for that kind introduction. Again, we are here for something very exciting. We know that bills are high. We know that everything is more expensive, from gas to the young people for prom, for snacks at the snack bar, things at the gas station, etc. And it's in that vein that the speaker, who will speak shortly, the governor, and California volunteers have come together and said, you know what, with the billions of dollars of surplus money we have in the state, that it's important to invest directly in our young people. And I know many of the adults can think about their first summer job, their first time getting a paycheck, their first time wearing a uniform and going to work, and how even years later, even if that's not the job you do now, how that was a formative experience. And we want to extend that same ladder of opportunity to young people throughout the state. So again, the speaker, the governor, and the Senate have allocated $185 million for youth employment opportunities throughout the state. And we know that there's a lot of work to be done, whether it's planting trees to help with climate change or helping out at food banks, whether it's tutoring neighbors and siblings or picking up trash, whether it's helping our unhoused neighbors find shelters. A lot of work to be done. And we know that young people are an important part of the solution. So it's not enough to give you an internship that doesn't pay. It's not enough to tell you go do something. But now we're going to give you opportunity, because we know when you all find opportunity, you always meet the moment. So congratulations, and particularly for the cities of Southgate and Maywood. The city of Southgate is receiving $750,515. And the city of Maywood is receiving $296,000 to employ 70 young people in the community. So congratulations to the city. Thank you so much for the leadership of the mayors. And with that, I'll turn it over to a real champion, not just for young people, but for all people, for equity, for the environment, for economic opportunity for all in the state of California, my good friend and the speaker of the state of California, Mr. Anthony Rendon.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It's my second Michael Tubbs event in 2 weeks, and I'm kind of sick of it. Great to be here. Today is it's really the best kind of event that we could possibly have, because this is why we run for office. This is why Senator Gonzalez and I run for office. It's to make a difference. The Youth Job Corps is going to continue to build our communities in important ways. First, the young people who participate are those who may not normally have access to gaining skills for success. They will develop themselves here, and I'm happy for them. But the Corps is much bigger than that, and I think all of you know. Those same youth who apply their new skills to work in the community, on community issues, and here in this community, in the Southeast. They are getting help, and they are helping others. This is the best way to build community, with relationships, with folks who live in the community, with folks who are from the community. I'm so incredibly proud of the state of California and that the state is providing $185 million to help build communities across the state through this program. I work very closely with the staff of this department, and they're just incredibly committed to their work. As Mayor Tubbs said, this is a big investment of $750,000 in Southgate and nearly $300,000 in Maywood. We always say in the Southeast, you may live in one community, but you work in another and you shop at another. So we know that anything that benefits one community in the Southeast benefits all of the communities here. And this is really community engagement at its finest. This is a winning combination, and I want to thank everybody who's worked here to make it happen, particularly the Job Corps and the cities of Southgate and Maywood, but also to my legislative partner, Senator Lena Gonzalez, who will be our next speaker. She is a real champion for these communities. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh. Senator Gonzalez. Sorry.
That is okay, Mr. Speaker. Well, I don't know what to say that's not already been said, but I will just say that, you know, I'm really thrilled to be able to be a part of this this year. I think this budget surplus has shown us that our budget should actually speak to our values. I'm going to repeat that. Our budget should actually speak to our values. And I feel like this year we're definitely doing it. And so I want to thank everyone that has been involved to make a real positive difference in our communities in the Southeast cities. And I'm here to encourage every Southeast LA youth to apply to the Californians for All Youth Job Corps program, and to ensure that you know that if you have friends that want to join, please ensure that they do. These are incredible opportunities that you don't sometimes realize are incredible until after the fact, until after you're grown and you realize, wow, that was the opportunity that I had to be something, to do something, to make a difference in my community, and especially where I grew up. And so the Californians for All Youth Job Program is not only a paid job opportunity, it's also an opportunity to make a positive and lasting impact, again, where we all grew up. Oftentimes we say youth are the leaders of tomorrow, and I really believe it. You're all the generation that's making a difference. You're all the generation that is the most intelligent, the generation that is the most vocal on issues. So this is why I'm so glad you're all standing up today and being a part of this. And during these times of uncertainty, because I know there's a lot in our country, repeatedly I have seen the resounding voice of our youth stand up for climate action, reproductive rights, immigrant rights, LGBTQ plus rights, rights to ensure that people are working against violence and discrimination and intolerant views, and achieving what we adults sometimes cannot do. So I want to thank you for standing up and doing this good work. And I also am thrilled for the city of Southgate, the cities of Maywood, the state of California. Thank you to the governor's office for knowing that this is a priority. And to many of my colleagues that are here today, Speaker Rendon, thank you so much for being a partner with me in the Southeast to ensure that we get this right for every single youth in the Southeast cities. Now I have the great pleasure of introducing a dear friend, an educator as well in his background, Eber Marquez, the mayor of Maywood.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. I definitely want to jump on what Senator Lena just said right now, that our youth are the most sometimes vocal. In 2018, I was actually challenged, dared to run for office, something that the community had been trying to do for many years before the youth dared me to run for public office. And almost 4 years later, the dare continued. It was a really strong dare, and here I am. But with that said, I do want to thank my council colleagues for joining us here, Mr. De La Riva and Mr. Lara, as well as our city staff. In communities like Maywood, Southgate, and many other communities across the state, opportunities in career path, civic engagement, higher education, paid internships, and leadership development are almost non-existent. I'm excited for the vast opportunities our youth will have access that will tap into the diverse talents, needs, interests, and pathway choices of our youth. I hope we can all agree that these opportunities are equity gaps we are aiming to close. As a high school teacher, every year my students ask me for help to write the resume or complete a college application. And then we get into the experience section, and we oftentimes, our youth don't have anything to write there and tend to give up. So with opportunities like these, I'm sure that I'll be now able to help some of my youth, some of our high school students, complete their applications, their resumes, and move on into career paths that they would like to move into. I'm looking forward to seeing these opportunities as continuous collective collaboration between local and state partnerships. And as I'm working on completing my dissertation, I ran into a quote by an amazing author, Bettina Love. She writes about schools, but her words can benefit us all here. I've replaced the word school with community. We must struggle together, not only to reimagine communities, but to build new communities that we are taught to believe are impossible. Communities based on intersectional justice, anti-racism, love, healing, and joy. We must build on the creativity, imagination, boldness, ingenuity, and rebellious spirit and methods of abolitionists to demand and fight for a community where all students, all youth are thriving, not just simply surviving. Maywood is wholeheartedly grateful for the support and advocacy of Speaker Anthony Rendon, Senator Lina Gonzalez, the opportunities California volunteers are bringing to our youth, and Hub Cities for being the hands-on work that they'll be able to provide for our community. Ahora en español, en comunidades como Maywood, Southgate y muchas otras a través del estado, las oportunidades en carreras profesionales, compromiso cívico, educación colegial, oportunidades de trabajo y desarrollo de liderazgo son casi inexistentes. Estoy emocionado por las oportunidades a las que tendrán acceso nuestros jóvenes y a través de ellos nuestra comunidad. Es importante de trabajo, es una parte importante del desarrollo de nuestros jóvenes. Nuestros jóvenes tienen diversos talentos e intereses y han estado listos para demostrar que oportunidades como estas son necesarias para combatir y cerrar las divisiones de inequidad en nuestras comunidades. La ciudad de Maywood le agradece al asambleísta Anthony Rendon, senadora Lina González, a California Volunteers y a Hub Cities por tomar la responsabilidad de que esta oportunidad se desarrolle. Gracias, thank you, stay inspired. Up next, I would like to invite Executive Director, CEO of Conservation Corps of Los Angeles, Dan Knapp.
Thank you. Thanks, Mayor. So I've been doing this core thing for a long time. I know I get mistaken for one of the youth out there, but actually I've been doing this for well over 25 years. That's where I'm wearing the hat. I got to keep the head shaded here. I started at the Corps as a teacher, and my job was to engage the young folks that came to our door. This is when I was in LA, and to get them excited about what they're doing out in the community. Why are we recycling? Why are we planting trees? What's this thing about climate change? Of course, back then we didn't talk so much about climate change, but urban heat island, things like that. And I quickly realized that before the young folks I was standing before and teaching, before they can get excited about the environment, they had to get excited about themselves. Before they can get excited about the sequoia trees or the Mojave Desert or the aquifers being depleted, they had to care about themselves. And at that time I realized the fight's not out there, it's here. And this is what I like to say, I didn't drink the Kool-Aid, I guzzled it. 25 years later, I'm still doing it. I really want to thank the governor, Josh Friday, Cal Volunteers. You know, somebody earlier asked me, how are we funded? We're funded like a puzzle that the pieces keep falling off the table. We're always trying to pick up a new piece. Speaker knows this because I'm always knocking on his door, or the senator. Come on, help us out. We need new money. This is a real infusion of funding. This is real money that's coming through the governor's office, Cal Volunteers, the Senate, and the Assembly. I'm really thankful for that. That we can do really good work in the community with that kind of funding and bring a lot of young folks through the door. The Corps model, whether it's a Job Corps, Conservation Corps, what have you, is a great model. You young folks, Hub Cities, Conservation Corps, You guys are going to be giving back to your community. You're going to get something out of this. But in turn, more trees are going to be planted, like Mayor Tubbs said. New parks are going to be developed. The community's going to be a little bit safer, a little bit cleaner. You know, hats off to you. You guys are awesome. I do want to thank Mayor Tubbs. He helped start one of the newest certified corps in the state in Stockton during his tenure there in the city of Stockton. He started the Greater Valley Corps. My colleagues there, they miss you. And now he's down here with us, so we have him down here in Southern California, but they miss you up there. Again, I want to thank the speaker, and I want to thank the senator, good friends of mine, good friends of the Corps. You guys are always huge advocates. I'm really excited about our continued partnership with the city of Southgate. Mayor, Councilwoman, Steve Costley, Director of Parks. You know, this is an opportunity to do something big and real and meaty in the city of Southgate with all these youth. So thank you so much. We're really proud of our continued relationship. Hats off to Hub City. You know, you guys are doing a great job. You youth are awesome young people. Keep it up. You know, City of Maywood. And then finally, I just want to say, thanks to all. I want to thank the staff from the Corps, Irene and Judy and Michael and Isabel and Chris. You know, Chris spoke to the speaker when he was a Corps member, I don't know if you remember, on a Zoom not too long ago. But especially the awesome young folks that are out there today. You guys, like folks are saying, you are the future. Keep up the great work. I couldn't be prouder of you. I really can. I love that I get to work with you. Thank you so much for that. And on that note, I'm going to introduce one of our stellar young folks, Evie Uvakava. Come on up, man.
Thank you all. How's everyone doing today? You know, it's a nice day outside. Well, my name is Evie Uvakava, and I was raised here in Southgate my whole life. And yeah, I came to the Conservation Corps, and I've been here about a year already. And I joined the Corps because, you know, I was a high school student that just, you know, fresh out of high school, I just graduated, and I was looking for a job, and, you know, I came across CCLB, the Conservation Corps, and, you know, they helped me a lot, you know, because I was a city boy, you know, I was raised in Southgate, indoors kind of, and they helped me a lot because, you know, we do a lot of outdoor work, and, you know, I learned so much. You learn everything. You learn, excuse me, I'm a little nervous. You learn something new every day. And yeah, you know, I want to thank every one of you guys, everyone, you know. It's nice to bring all the neighboring cities together. You know, I'm really excited because I'm able to help, you know, our community and help all the surrounding cities. And I thank everyone. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Evie. I think that's the perfect note to end on. And I just want to signal one thing he said just to lift up, particularly for the press here. He said he graduated high school and he was looking for a job, meaning that our young people want to work. They want something to do. They're looking to contribute. And finally, thanks to the leadership of folks like Speaker Rendon, folks like the governor, folks like Senator Gonzalez, and folks like Josh Friday and California Volunteers, there's a real opportunity for young people throughout this state to have a meaningful employment experience where they're getting paid, but they're also making an impact. So with that, we say thank you. Congratulations again to the city of Maywood and Southgate, and looking forward to who these young people are 50 years from now because of the experience they had as being a member of the California Youth Job Corps. So thank you. Yeah.